Wow, sleep is really, really important. More than I thought, which I wish we all knew this when we were in our 20s. But I do try more than I used to. Especially as I get older, it's harder to recover from a night like that on an airplane. And again, this biofeedback really helps me because it makes you more aware of what's going on. And so that's why I've got this ring on my finger, which is used by now many people to monitor their sleep, not just when they sleep, but how well they sleep. And I learn what causes me not to sleep well. Of course, being on a plane doesn't help. But even if I'm at home in my bed, if I have a drink late at night or two, messes up my sleep, and I'll feel it the next day. A large meal, a big steak, late at night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, won't sleep. And I used to wonder why I wake up feeling bad. And now I've figured out it's the sleep disruption.
And so you mentioned planes. You are not a fan. And you're not a fan of TSA either, but for different reasons than most of us.
What I've discovered in our lab is that one of the drivers of aging, we think, and again, this isn't brand new. We've been doing this for now at least 20 years, but it is new to most scientists and the public. Aging is driven by this clock that I mentioned. And this clock is what's called the epigenome, which at a very high level, you can think of the epigenome as scratches on a CD or a DVD. And the digital information is the genome. What scratches the CD is largely it's broken DNA because the cell has to reorganize all of your genes to deal with the broken DNA. And even when it's put back together, it doesn't fully reorganize itself the way it was 10 minutes before. And if you keep doing that over a lifetime, you lose the ability to read the right genes at the right time, and your cells, we think, lose their identity. With that said, long-lived species have very good capability of repairing broken chromosomes, and proteins or genes that help DNA repair, if you put them into animals, they live longer. There's one called SIRT6, which is one of those sirtuins that we work on. You can make a mouse live longer if you give it better DNA repair. All that to say, avoid DNA breaks as best you can, because I think that's one of the main drivers of aging. Now, you can break your DNA by going out in the sun. So here's the thing. I try to avoid the sun. Occasionally, as long as I don't overwhelm my skin, I'm happy to sit in the sun for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It feels great and it's good for vitamin D. But beyond that, you don't want to overwhelm the system because then you get this aging effect.